trace the oceans deep, charting stars across the sky, secrets the heavens keep. But who can measure sin, its weight, its silent roar? And who can grasp the strength of sacrificial love once more? Two worlds unseen, yet closer than breath. One tastes like ruin, the other conquers death. If you wanna know the truth of sin, walk into the garden where the night closed in. See him trembling under heaven's crushing cost. Every drop of blood a sign of all we lost. But if you wanna measure love so vast, stand beneath the cross where mercy flowed at last. Love poured out like fire across the sky. The measure of the cross where death came to die. Science split the atom's core. Kings have fallen, empires rise. They track the storms, they map the shore, they calculate the skies. But they can't decode the grief that tore his frame, or understand the cup he drank burning like flame. Sin is a river black as night. Love is the wine that turns the dark to light. If you wanna know the truth of sin, walk into the garden where the night closed in. See him trembling under heaven's crushing cost. Every drop of blood a sign of all we lost. But if you wanna measure love so vast, stand beneath the cross where mercy flowed at last. Love poured out like fire across the sky. The measure of the cross where death came to die. Taste the sorrow, feel the weight. Sin drives the nails, decides his fate. But taste the love, pure crimson wine. He drained it all to call me mine. Oh, who on earth could comprehend a love that bleeds and doesn't end? If you wanna know the truth of sin, walk into the garden where the night closed in. See him trembling under heaven's crushing cost. Every drop of blood a sign of all we lost. If you wanna measure love divine, drink from the fountain where his wounds align. Love still flowing fierce and endlessly. The measure of the cross that set us free. Men search the depths of oceans. They scan the sky for light. Measure kingdoms, trace their motions, chase the secrets of the night. But there are worlds no shard can ever show. The weight of sin, the love that chose to bleed below. One breaks the soul, one sets it free. Both meet in a garden of agony, where shadows tremble and the stars decline. He sweat out sorrow heavier than time. Sin pressed his spirit down to the ground. Every heartbeat of thunderous sound, but higher still than the darkest fear. Love broke through when the spear drew near. Blood and mercy flowing intertwined, where shadows tremble, salvation shines. Scarlet map the galaxies, trace comets by their flame. But who can measure suffering like the weight he chose to claim? In Gethsemane, the world stood still. The curse we carry crushed his holy will. Sin is a beast that tears apart. Love is the wine that restores the heart. Where shadows tremble and the stars decline. He sweat out sorrow heavier than time. Sin pressed his spirit down to the ground. Every heartbeat a thunderous sound, but higher still than the darkest fear. Love broke through when the spear drew near. Blood and mercy flowing intertwined, where shadows tremble, salvation shines. Go to the garden if you dare. See sin's true face uncovered there. Go to the cross if you wanna know how deep love runs, how far it'll go. Taste the crimson truth poured out. Love is stronger than every doubt. Where shadows tremble and the stars decline. He sweat out sorrow heavier than time. Sin pressed his spirit down to the ground. Every heartbeat a thunderous sound, but when the spear broke flesh and bone, love answered sin in a final tone. Blood and mercy forever combined, where shadows tremble, salvation shines. Salvation shines. The night was tearing open like a wound across the sky. Shadows crawl like memories of the sins we can't deny. And in the olive garden's gloom, where sorrow pressed him down, underneath the ground. Every whisper of my failures, every weight I tried to hide, was a storm upon his shoulders, was a fire in his eyes. Number every star, but you'll never map the distance of the love that crossed that scar. See the spear that broke the silence, see the river running free. That's the proof that heaven's mercy poured its wine on you and me. Oh, love that breaks the boundary of what reason understands. Oh, love that carries galaxies inside its wounded hands. If the universe is endless, then His grace is something more. It's the sweetness of redemption flowing from a sacred door. And the bleeding sky remembers all the agony He bore, every crimson drop declaring what our lives were living for. Though the night tried hard to claim Him, still the cross became the flame, burning grace through every heartbeat, calling every soul by name. Bleeding sky, burning grace. Bleeding sky, burning grace. In the quiet of the garden, where the moon forgot to shine, He knelt beneath the weight of every shadow born of mine. No thunder shook the branches, yet the night began to bleed. For sorrow crowned His spirit with the thorns of human need. I hear the trembling of creation, holding breath for what He'd bear. A war fought in the silence, with no sword raised in the air. Oh, the guiding of the unseen war, in the garden, ever near him. In the shadows of the garden, where the night refused to breathe, I see the weight of every secret crushing him beneath the trees. The world kept turning blindly while the Son of Glory cried, and the pulse of every sinner hammer nails from deep inside. You can measure every ocean, you can map the furthest star, but the sorrow he embodied still remains the deepest sky. Oh, the blood that broke the silence, it was heaven split in two. When the crimson river gathered every darkness I once knew, love became a holy fire, burning through the veil of shame. Oh, the blood that broke the silence calls my very soul by name. Oh, every heartbeat shook creation as the cosmos held its breath, for the burden of the ages pressed him closer into death. No crown made out of honor, only thorns to pierce his brow. Yet he carried sin's dominion just to break its power now. They search the skies for wisdom, map the mountains and the seas, but no scholar ever measured what he carried on his knees. In the garden's trembling silence, where his sorrow kissed the ground, lay the weight of every failure human hearts had ever found. Oh, the night could not contain him, nor the grief that tore his frame, for the measure of his mercy is a love without a name. Here's the measure of a broken crown, where thorns became his throne, where every drop that touched the earth reclaimed what we had sown. No scale could weigh his suffering, no mind could trace the cost. For the measure of a broken crown redeemed what we had lost. They can chase the edge of galaxies, decode the secrets of the air, but the depths within his anguish is a truth beyond compare. In the hush of olive branches, as his tears began to fall, he embraced the stain of ages just to cancel out it all. If love is more than language, if grace is more than sound, then it's found in crimson rivers running freely to the ground. Every heartbeat spoke forgiveness, every breath rewrote our past, for the King who wore the thorn crown made his victory everlast. Oh, here's the measure of a broken crown, where thorns became his throne, where every drop that touched the earth reclaimed what we had sown. No scale could weigh his suffering, no mind could trace the cost. For the measure of a broken crown redeemed what we had lost. Here's the measure of a broken crown, where thorns became his throne, where every drop that touched the earth reclaimed what we had sown. No scale could weigh his suffering, no mind could trace the cost. For the measure of a broken crown redeemed what we had lost. The crown that broke his body now is glory on his brow. quiet of the hillside, where the world refused chose to see. Hung the love no mind could fathom, bleeding truth to set us free. Every heartbeat echoed mercy, every breath unbound the grave. For the wine that flowed from heaven was the blood he chose to save. You can taste the grief of ages in the crimson on his side, yet the sweetness of redemption overwhelms the pain he cried. Drink the wine of the wounded king, the love poured out in perfect grace. From the river of his suffering flows the hope we now embrace. No bitterness remains in him, only sweetness for our soul. In the wine of the wounded king, we are healed, restored, made whole. Scholars chase the stars above us, measure time and trace the air, yet the depth of what he offered is a truth beyond compare. For the sin that crushed his body was the burden we had grown, yet he bore it like a treasure, just to claim us as his own. Oh, taste the love that triumphs through the spear that pierced his side, a sweetness born from suffering, a strength that could not die. No other cup in